Here we go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
And they give those guys a little extra weight. Roger Craig, still on his feet, still running. What a run by Roger Craig. You'll never see a better one than that. From 46 yards. He has that thing of getting those knees high and keeping the shoulders low. And keeping the shoulders every team looks like they're bad passes. But the way he gets that high knee action, he gets that feet going like two pistons. Then at the same time that the knees are going high and keeping going, the shoulder can get low to take on a tackler.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it? Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
Yes, sir. Ready for another week. Back and better than ever. Good morning. Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. I have a very special guest that'll take us out of our number 3. Of course, we got the whip around, and a champion has been crowned. We'll get into all of that. Cole Johnson with me. Brand new week, my friend. How are you?
Well, after the last week I've had, this week already has started off great because I'm back home. So this is wonderful.
Good. You're back home, and you're back home here on the show. You're starting off the show with me, and I know your regular job has been off the charts the last few days. Boy, do I totally understand that. The construction you see behind me is my new studio.
Construction.
There's a few things that I am waiting on. Found out what happened with the reinforcements. They were delivered to the wrong place. So had to make sure that's straight. And plus, my daughter's proud of me because I am getting a computer that has 16 gigs of RAM, my friend.
Oh, yeah, you're going to love it.
Which means, Snowman going to be a little busy here in the studio. And I got a few more things to get, including a set that you have. My daughter's going to help me put my green screen up by the end of the week. All right, enough talking. Let's get to the whip around because I got some things to say about some events. Let's go.
All right. Well, let's lead off with the now newly minted Stanley Cup champions. Yes, the Colorado Avalanche have, what have you termed the Lightning? They've ended the reign of terror. Last night with a 2-1 victory.
Nothing against the Lightning, okay? When you win two consecutive Stanley Cups, all right? But Colorado, even though it took 6 games, I incorrectly predicted 5, but I did predict the winner. And if you want to predict some more winners, monkeyknifefight.com. Use the code Snowman. You get a match up to $100. Well, in short, Colorado took it to them for 6 games.
And I think we didn't see this team coming, really, seriously. You know, we didn't think they were going to sweep the Oilers in a rout. Yeah.
They routed the Edmonton Oilers.
Right.
I had Rod Peterson on Thursday's show, and he was pleasantly surprised with the Colorado Avalanche. But when you get hot at the right time, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Rams, I would say New York Yankees, but it ain't October. It's only June. So our congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche. 6-game conquest of the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. They lift their first Stanley Cup since 2001. Onward and upward.
Wow. We're in the mood of congratulatory efforts. why don't we give that shout out to the newly minted College World Series champs, Ole Miss.
Mississippi Rebels.
They came
4-2 was the final yesterday in game 2, and I'm glad they made that a championship series.
Yeah,
and not just one game for the championship. Because if it's one game for the championship, and it winds up being the game like it was yesterday in Omaha, 4-2, you're like, wait a minute, that's it? I want more. So I'm glad they made that the super regionals on up, the super regionals, and then the College World Series championship is a series. It's a best of 3. I'm glad they made that a best of 3.
Yeah. Well, it looks like there's some good times ahead for Ole Miss. Well, you see that their baseball program seems to be up and running. How about their other ones? I guess we'll have to see.
Well, yeah. SEC football. And I got an announcement about our coverage of SEC football later on in the show. Let's move.
Awesome. Pippen agrees to a 2-way contract with the Lakers. I'm sorry, let me say this correctly. Scottie Pippen. I knew if I said it that way, I would get your reaction.
Don't do that ever.
Scottie Pippen Jr. will be signing a 2-way contract with the Lakers. So the 2-time All-SEC player for Vanderbilt was not selected in the draft, but he agreed to an undrafted free agent deal shortly after its conclusion. Yes, this
Scottie
is
Jr.,
the son of NBA legend Scottie Pippen, and he's a native of Los Angeles.
Jr., go home. Okay, go home. Please don't play with LeBron. I'm begging. Listen, normally I don't, and we're really gonna dive into this later on in the program. Normally, I don't beg players to play with certain players, but in this case, Scottie Pippen Jr., Bronny James, run, please.
Not run. The Cardinals' DeAndre Hopkins, the wide receiver extraordinaire, he is flummoxed by his failed drug test. Okay, so there was traces of an illegal substance which was detected in his system during a drug test back in November, and it was a substance that was not approved for human use or consumption in the U.S. or any other country. But the positive drug test violated NFL policy, of course, and it resulted in his 6-game suspension. He will start to serve when the 2022 season begins.
And therefore, the Arizona Cardinals season is over.
So Mr. Hopkins said something to the effect of, quote, there was 0.1% found in my system. If you know what that is, you know it's contamination, not something taken directly. I don't take any supplements. I've never taken any supplements. I barely take vitamins. So for something like that to happen to me, obviously I was shocked. But my team and I, we're still trying to figure out what's going on.
DeAndre, let me put this in plain text for you. It doesn't matter what percentage it is. It was found.
It wasn't 0. It
correct.
Wasn't 0.
It wasn't. Listen, I already know that if I were playing any professional sports, given the fact that I kick cancer in the ass, they find all kinds of stuff with me because for the last 2 months, I've had to take a steroid twice a day to keep my blood pressure going. I've had nausea. I've had vomiting. I've had listen, the NFL would hate my ass because they'd find all kinds of stuff. And all I would do is sick my fleet of doctors on them. And believe me, with what I got going now, it's a fleet. and they're all checking on me, including my beloved Dr. K, and celebrated our 3rd anniversary this past weekend by moving into this new home, and she helped me put part of the studio together. And a shout out to my dad, my father-in-law, Pete Reese, for putting the desk together and showing me how everything goes. And he wanted in on the fun. So I was like, all right, you're on. All right. We got any more notes?
Yeah, we got one more.
Let's do it.
Sha'Carri Richardson has spectacularly failed to qualify for the Olympics back in 2021. She spectacularly failed in qualifying for the World Track Championships because in the USA Track and Field Outdoor Championships this weekend, she failed to qualify for the 200-meter final. And
she
this,
got
of course,
trounced, in other words.
I think that's a good way of putting it. But you see,
she got trounced.
Yes. But you see, that's not what was the eye-opening aspect of it all. It was the comments which followed came from Miss Richardson, and she said, quote, "I'm coming to speak not just on my behalf, but on all athletes' behalves. That when you guys do interviews, y'all should respect athletes more. Y'all should understand whether they're coming from winning, whether they're losing, whatever the case may be. Athletes deserve way more respect than when y'all just come and throw cameras in their faces." Close quote.
I shouldn't make this reference, but given the fact that I'm in a good mood and I feel like waking some people up and I feel like angering some people at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I'll put it in the form of a question. Do you remember when Serena Williams went completely off while she was being trounced by Naomi Osaka, saying something to the tune of, in the middle of the match, something to the tune of I am a mother" or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I will repeat what I said then. Now, Sha'Carri, you lost. Deal with it. Matter of fact, I will reference the one and only George Carlin when he talked about language should be absolutely plain. Now, remember, I'm referencing. Yeah, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. Sometimes some athletes, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James,
idiots.
In this case, Sha'Carri Richardson. And no, Deet, she's not wrong, but she is the wrong messenger, just like Serena Williams was 4 years ago. Sometimes they just need to hear those all-American words. You lost, Bobby.
I'll just simply put it this way.
Please do.
It is like, I hate to say it, Sha'Carri, but you're sounding like Cowboys fan. Cowboys fan raised the banner of we are America's team and we're the best team in the National Football League, and we are the bright beacon star of every sports franchise known to man on the earth. But the thing is, they have been mired in mediocrity since 1996, and you're running for a country that respects winning. See, when you win, you get the respect. When you lose, you get Nathan. And then when you hear comments like this, Dolomite, I think you know exactly what to say on this, because you will hear most Americans say, "Bitch, are you for real?" And I think that in a nutshell,
there's one more. There's one more. Dwayne, please close this whip around.
I love that.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Shut your face.
Uh, well, I agree with you, Deeds. Yes, she's not wrong in certain aspects. However, and I agree too, she's the wrong messenger. However, in that instance, that's something you shouldn't say. And thank you, Deets, for that. We agree on that, and we played it. So there you go.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeah.
All
Winning
right,
is the greatest
Snowman
deodorant known to man. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, too bad Cowboy fans can't experience that.
Mm.
Now for 26 years. This is Snowman in the Morning, presented by Black Lion Security Firm, the pride of protection with the protection of pride. And thank you to Charles Faulkner. We are working a deal to have him be our first major sponsor. The wheels are in motion. In fact, I'm working on a new background for that right now. I got to step away for a moment, so we will step away and do the same for about 4 minutes. And when we come back, Irvingologists and bronzexuals together again. Good God.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You mean, hold on, wait. Before we do cut, so you dealt with this and this at the same time. Whoo! I feel for you, brother.
All damn weekend.
Oh no.
While we were listen. When my wife moved a lot of stuff here to the house because I am on a lifting restriction until August.
Right.
And I don't have the upper body strength yet. A couple of resistance bands will fix that, but that's another story.
Right.
I had to turn my alerts off. Listen, I keep How long have you known me?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
You know me?
It's been a minute, at least 5
and
years. It's been a minute.
I keep up with scores and stats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do trends as much.
Right.
Because for me, trends don't count.
Mm-hmm.
I had to turn my alerts off.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I'll explain why when y'all get back. Jay Spivey at 9:35 and Stacey Piedrahita will introduce a new podcast that I'm going to produce at 10:45. This is Snowman in the Morning on this Manic Monday, and you are watching live on BS3 TV as well as YouTube. Hit that subscribe button on your way in. And you're listening live on Real Wise Radio, the SDM Sports Network, 4-Star Sports Media, and 24 hours a day at officialsitmorn.com. Back and forth.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Well, it is official SIT Morn, Dr. K. It is official SIT Morn on Instagram and Twitter. And happy anniversary to you and happy birthday, belated, that is, to you as well, Dr. K. With Brian Snow and Cole Johnson. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, hour number 1 of 4. So before we get on
say
to
hi to A.L. Evans,
Yes,
one of my
definitely.
favorite folks, who's he hangs out with my friend Charles Faulkner whenever Charles goes live. And Tuesday, gonna tape an interview with Charles Faulkner. Y'all will see and hear that Wednesday morning. Sick Diggy in the house with us. He says, "Happy anniversary, Snowman." Thank you very much. Third wedding anniversary we celebrated this past Saturday. Had fun doing it. We were working, we were moving, but we were celebrating. Just having fun, you know. All right, I got to get to something now. Very few, as I mentioned before the break.
How you doing, Drew?
Very few things make
Playmaker.
me turn my alerts off. Playmaker, what's going on, man? And thank you for the well wishes. Very few things make me turn my alerts off.
Okay. So what did?
2 specific groups of people made me turn my phone off this past weekend.
Oh, Lord.
Let's just say the recruiting NBA style has begun.
Oh, sickening.
You saw it too, didn't you?
Yes. It's been going on for about a week.
Yeah. So I had a conversation with an Irvingologist. I'll start there.
Goodness gracious.
And this Irvingologist was
They are such
smoking something heavy.
They are such space cadets. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
No, you said it right. They are heavy smokers.
Oh,
I'm
they're heavy.
convinced.
They're heavy smokers, you say? You
Heavy.
said heavy smokers.
I said heavy. I mean heavier than Andre the Giant.
So good.
That's heavy.
Perfecto.
Okay, so why were they smoking some heavy stuff this time?
Because to repeat a narrative, they actually believe that Kyrie Irving is worth a max contract. And on top of that,
there's more.
Yeah. This is a combination I don't like, but it must be mentioned.
Oh, no.
I also had a conversation with several bronzexuals. Not one. Thank you. Several. That seem to think that LeBron, and I'm going to hate this sentence. They think that LeBron is recruiting Kyrie Irving.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he wants his last Super Friends team. He saw that his efforts last year miserably failed. Now he wants to miserably fail even further. Right the ship this year.
No, you had it right the first time. You had it right the first time. Miserably fail.
And this is why I'm rooting for it. I want it to happen. I need it to happen.
I want them to have a 9-73 season.
I want Kyrie and LeBron to get together and they spectacularly make each other crappy. I am rooting for it.
I'm rooting for that too. I'm rooting for LeBron and Kyrie to get together and have them play in San Francisco.
In fact, I have
against a fully healthy, fully loaded world champion Warrior team.
In fact, I
Who's
have a
getting
prediction.
James Wiseman back, by the way?
Yes, I have a prediction. LeBron, Kyrie, I love Anthony Davis, but unfortunately, he just won't qualify.
I love AD.
But
if Anthony Davis put this comment up, AL, I challenge this. If Anthony Davis would have been, I think he would have said, I think he was trying to say healthy. The Lakers would have made the playoffs. No. No.
Well, okay, all right. Hypothetically, you're correct. We are talking about a player who has only played 75 games twice in his career, and he's played almost 10. So more than likely, this dude is going to miss at least a quarter of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not conjecture. That is not hyperbole. That's fact. You could check the records. Because he actually missed almost 40. He almost missed half the season this past year.
Mm-hmm. So,
but this is what I'm going to say. This is the spoiler. Davis, who, yes, when he's on the court, he's the best player in on the Lakers, but he won't see the court possibly half of the season. LeBron, who will practice what do you call it? Load management. His body will deteriorate further, and you have Kyrie, who will probably smoke more trees than the redwood forest
and try to bring incense into the Staples Center, crypto.com arena.
Their best player on the team will be Russell Westbrook. That's why I'm rooting for it. Because this dude can hit the broadside of a barn.
And there's some pretty big barns in southern Los Angeles.
Yes, and as you can
we
see,
like to call it the Forum.
Yeah,
you can't even hit that.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see, if Westbrook was the shooter back in 1996, we would still have Tupac Shakur on the earth today. That's how bad the man shoots. And he will be the best player on the Lakers, even with Kyrie and LeBron and Mr. Glass, AD on the court.
Your best ability is availability. Now, explain to me, Irvingologists and bronzexuals, how a young fella like James Wiseman, who had not one, not two, but 3 setbacks with his injury, was able to have more of an impact off the floor for a team that took that motivation and ran all the way to the world championship. Explain that to me. Yes, I went all the way there. So Kyrie Irving to the Lakers. God, I want to see that train wreck.
Yes, I do too. I do too. I'm begging for it. I need it
I
because
want to see the South. I want to see the train. The train I took from Chicago to Sacramento was called the California Zephyr. I want to see that train wreck.
I mean, just think about it, my man. You have 2 of the most self-absorbed players in NBA history back together, and each will clamor to dim the other's light in saying that they are the reason why the Lakers are prospering, and because of it, they're going to be cancerous and just make the Lakers tank. I love it. I want it. And I want both these fan bases to be miserable come this time next year. And they'd be saying, oh, and basically say something like what AL said. But if such and such was healthy, or if such and such actually could hit a free throw, or if such and such could hit jumpers,
could actually hit a jump shot,
or one of them, if such and such actually did not decide to go AWOL half the season, then the Lakers will win a championship. I want to
or
hear
if Scottie
those
Pippen
fan bases
Jr.
say that.
made the smart decision. I'm getting the hell out of here. It's not. I'm getting. Listen, it's not. Ed O'Neill, who played the great Al Bundy for many, many years, 11 years on Married with Children, put it best. You have a simple choice, Scottie Pippen Jr. Get out or get the hell out. Thirsty heifers.
Oh, and do we believe that even if Kyrie Irving decides to don the purple and gold, do we at Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson or any other platform we represent believe with our whole hearts that the Lakers, with that team constituted as that, will win the NBA championship come June 2023?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen.
Hell no. Or as Will Smith put it in an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, hell no. The playmaker, Kyrie won't do it because he can't get out of his own way. Since he left Cleveland and LeBron, he can't find success in the NBA. That is nothing but fact. Sick Diggy beforehand. Boston got rid of the dead weight known as Kyrie Irving. Yep, and they rebuilt and got to the NBA World Championship Series. And believe me, Boston is not done. They're going to hang around for a while.
Yes, they are.
I love that Celtics team. Ime Udoka, you got something good going, my man. Keep it going.
But playmaker, that funky one right there.
Yeah, leave it up for a minute. Since he
yes, sir.
And since Steph Curry cooked his ass in 2017.
You know, I don't hear Irvingologists talk about that. They talk about him shooting and hitting a key 3 in Game 7 the year before.
Well, exactly. The year before.
Yes.
The year before. They don't talk about how Steph got his revenge and hit a 30-footer in his face on the left wing, which made Mike Breen go nuts, which made 19,596 explode to life and blow the roof off the joint at Old Oracle Arena. I mean, Steve Kerr, Bless you, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was still coaching that game. All right. Even though it was put out of reach because it put the Warriors up 14 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Kerr was like, I'm coaching this to the final buzzer. Where is that coaching for LeBron and Kyrie Irving? Oh, I forgot. Except for one occasion, LeBron's never been coached properly.
It's because he wants to handpick his coaches. Oh, Lord, did I just say that out loud?
Repeat it okay, let me go old school. Repeat it for those in the cheap seats at the old Richfield Coliseum.
Quote, it is because LeBron wants to handpick every single head coach that he's ever been under. Close quote.
And to think I had a bronzexual and an Irvingologist say you can't teach ability. Yeah, but you can teach availability.
Yeah, yes,
which means you have a game to play. You need to go play it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a sign in the Phoenix Suns locker room. Thank you, AL. We love you, brother.
Yes, yes, we do.
There's a sign that hung at the America West Arena. There's a game to play. We may as well go play it, and we may as well win it.
Yeah.
All right, enough of these thirsty heifers. Let's go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little football, and I will explain why all this Deebo Samuel noise is much ado about nothing.
Deebo Samuel,
and I'm going to
talking about him,
and I'm going to tie it to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh Lord, let's get the breakdown. You're watching, let's say, Snowman Morning with Cole Johnson. I got to hear this crap, Lord.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet
you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
If you can celebrate Christian McCaffrey having a 1,000 season, if you can celebrate Marshall Faulk, who had a 1,000 season by electing him into the Hall of Fame, then why can't we celebrate the guy who originated the 1,000 season with a Hall of Fame election? I'm talking about the one and only Roger Craig. Only Roger Craig.
If you want some, get some.
Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning. Snowman in the Morning.
42 after hour number 1. In contact with Jay Spivey to get him on for hour 2, and then Stacey Piedrahita for hour 3, and then our potluck hour 4. But we're just getting started here on the program, and Cole has this. I think I frightened him. I'm sorry.
What?
All right, may as well dive in and get this out of the way. First, a couple of comments. Sick Dicky says, until LeBron James showed his true self, I never thought there was a black male version of the prima donna.
Well, people would argue with you and say T.O. is that, but not to me, but to many.
No, I can I throw Floyd Mayweather out there?
Now that's a prima donna.
Can I throw Floyd Mayweather out there? Okay. Cole Sports is going to need a tall glass of water and plenty of Gatorade before he hears this. Speaking of Gatorade,
all I need
part
is
of
Gatorade.
Hey, I got you covered. This is part of today's episode brought to you by Gatorade, official thirst quencher of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and recommended for yours truly after I kick cancer in the rear end. Okay. Now, I got so many people, Packer fans included, saying, how can you tie Deebo Samuel to Aaron Rodgers?
I ain't a Packers fan, but I'm about to get ill. How?
Well, first of all, Aaron Rodgers can't beat the 49ers in the playoffs.
And that's why I'm like, how's this tie in to Deebo Samuel?
Because they're working on a long-term deal for Deebo Samuel so that every time we see the Packers, be it via playoffs at Lambeau Field or playoffs at Levi Stadium, we put a foot in them. Period.
And that ties Deebo Samuel to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, this ties in possibly the most dynamic football play in today's game to a quarterback that decides to show how crappy his feet look on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, because I saw a clip over the weekend of Jimmy G saying to Robbie Gold and to Deebo Samuel, you are blanking legends. And speaking of legends, we got one in waiting, and we're going to bring him in right now. Wise El Jefe, the third member of the Three Musketeers, on the show with us this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, brothers. How y'all doing today?
I was doing good. I was doing good until our brother here made my stomach churn in saying he's going to tie in Deebo Samuel with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, they're tied in forever. They've been tied in together since 2019 when Deebo ran over the Packers and Aaron Rodgers had his flaws exposed.
So are you basically saying that Deebo Samuel is Aaron Rodgers' kryptonite?
Yeah, I'm saying the 49ers are the Packers' kryptonite come playoff time.
Well, you could kind of say the 49ers.
Because there's no way.
Well, the playoffs
Because
is
there's
just
no way the
kryptonite.
49ers.
The playoffs is Aaron Rodgers' kryptonite, no matter the team.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm tying in San Francisco because everyone wants to put San Francisco away before the season even starts. And as we did in the whip around when we talked about DeAndre Hopkins, I already declared the Arizona Cardinals season is finished. No DeAndre Hopkins, a mediocre Kyle Murray. They're done. Oh, by the way, the most important thing, no ring game. Oops.
So what you're saying is the 49ers have the West? That's what you're saying?
He's saying the NFC West belongs to 49ers.
Yep. There's no bias here, right? There's no bias here?
For him, no.
There's a ton of bias.
For him, no
But
bias at all. No.
But I will also be truthful and say you got the world champion Los Angeles Rams.
Okay, that's what I was about to bring up. That's what I was about to bring up.
Oh,
I was about to bring that up.
Beat you to it.
We all know.
Mike and I talked about this Friday.
We know what's on LA side. So,
well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A bunch of purchases. Oh, did I say that?
It don't matter. It don't matter how they did it. They the champs. Now, if your team want to go and spend some money and bring some players in, more power to them. Or pay Deebo Samuels what he's worth. Because if not, if you don't pay Deebo to talk to me, then talk to me. Like what? What on offense do you have? Garoppolo?
Plenty.
Come on.
Plenty.
Seriously?
This is what I was.
Okay. My bad. You have one of the best tight ends in the football. Yes. You do.
Yes, George Kittle.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
I will not deny that. But
without Deebo, this is why I did. This is why I made the
no run game existence. I
will spare Cole's stick and yours, and explain why I brought this up and made the tie-in.
Okay.
And Cole, you're going to have to give me a graphic for this. I had a conversation with a Rodgers fan.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
You almost had me curse on this mic. You almost had me curse on this mic.
You know how bad it is with Bradyites?
It's just as bad.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yes. That started it. It.
Oh, Brady is not as good as Rodgers? Oh, goodness.
Or vice versa.
Ill.
Mm-hmm. Eli Manning beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl.
I'm not a fan of either.
Listen, I'm not a fan of Brady, but I do respect the man, and he does have 7 titles. So I will put some respect on his name.
I don't.
But
I won't.
Otherwise, Aaron Rodgers has 1 title and doesn't show up in the playoffs. So you cannot compare the two. Brady comes up and plays in the playoffs. He shows up. Aaron Rodgers chokes regularly.
Look,
besides the 1 Super Bowl.
I'll make Cole smile. By saying the playoffs are Aaron Rodgers' kryptonite.
There we go.
Yes.
Now that is true.
Okay.
Yes.
There. How's that? How's that?
Yes. Now I will admit, yes. He is 0-4 against 49ers in the playoffs. I will admit that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems to be allergic to prosperity in the playoffs, no matter who is against him, maybe for the exception of the Cowboys, because he does own 2 playoff victories against them.
But that's everybody against the Cowboys. That's not new.
Yeah. Yeah, that's everybody. That's
everyone. That's everyone in the playoffs against Cowboys.
Which is why the Cowboys are mired in mediocrity. 10 minutes before the hour, Wise El Jefe has joined us. Cole Johnson and the Snowman here as we take you through hour number 1. Now I'm going to make Cole laugh. Did y'all see that suit that Paolo Banchero wore last week?
I can't recall. I was in Aruba, so
what? Wait. Are you talking about the NBA draft?
Yeah. Listen, I saw the draft from Aruba. I wasn't really paying attention to what they were wearing.
Look, the NBA. Okay, I'm gonna make Cole smile. For the last few years, the NBA draft has sucked.
It sucked to me this year too. There was nothing amazing about the
last
NBA draft
few
to me this
years. The NBA draft has blown chunks.
Yes, it has.
Let's just be real about it.
What? Yes,
because you don't know who half of these players are. You don't know. You only see highlight tapes because very few people, myself included, have time to watch these kids and evaluate them. And the scouts that they send out to evaluate these kids are somehow tied to them already.
And then,
am I off a little bit? Am I off on my
No.
assessment?
No, you're not. And then there's the curious case of the New York Knicks in the draft.
No, but see, all right. Y'all could, listen, no. Actually, I'm gonna actually defend my team.
What?
I'm gonna defend my team. Yes.
What?
Why? Because everybody wants to. Okay, we still want to sign Mitchell Robinson. Yes, he gets hurt. Yes, the draft is a crapshoot. Let's put that out there, especially in this draft where you don't know really what Jabari Smith going 3.
Yeah.
Blanchard being number 1. This draft, that right there surprised me. That right there surprised me.
Right.
And yes, my team might have confused a couple of people. Yes, they have aspirations of signing, which I said they were going to go after Jalen Brunson. I've said it all along. I have said it.
But
right?
that's your high ticket guy.
Okay, but we got to understand this. Have you seen Julius Randle lately?
Unfortunately, yes.
No,
I mean,
he has great talent. But
no, I mean, have you seen him? I mean, like physically seen him lately?
No, I've not.
They said the same thing about Zion. They said the same thing about Zion Williams.
But I
won't go any further.
The game he had in 2021 was great.
Yes,
the game he had
last game he got the bag.
Fall off.
Last game, yes, he got the bag and he just let himself go.
Right.
He let himself go. I will admit that.
And I'm a big Julius Randle fan.
And now, but look, I guess he's seen the error of his ways. And this man is looking amazing.
Now, can he use his right hand? That's the next question.
So, okay. But now with the emergence, now listen to me, with the emergence of RJ Barrett.
Now, can he use his right hand?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
He can. He's proven he can. He stepped up. Well, listen, he stepped up. Y'all gonna put some respect on RJ's name. At least he's been playing. I'm saying number one, the number one pick hasn't played. The number one pick hasn't played in 2 years.
Okay, RJ Barrett was the best player the Knicks had last year. I will say
he averaged 20 points per game.
Yes, he was the best player the Knicks had in 2022. See, I am putting respect on his name.
He stepped up his game.
Yeah,
he's only going to get better. He's only this man is not. He's 21 years or 22 years. He's not that old. He's still growing.
Yeah, but there's the curious case of Julius Randle.
Okay, if we get 2021 Julius Randle, we looking good.
I agree. Yes, you are.
Right? With the emergence of Obi Toppin.
I'll agree with that.
The emergence of Obi Toppin the last week of the season. If we can get that Obi Toppin, if we get that Obi Toppin, and my boy IQ, who I'll take him running the second unit. I love him and Obi together. But Tibbs needs to get off that and let these young boys play. That's all. That's all we need. We need Tibbs to really let go of the reins and let these young boys play. Not come with that Chicago and Minnesota crap.
You need a coach.
Tibbs is a coach. Tibbs is a great coach. He just needs to evolve. If he can evolve,
that ain't gonna happen
with his discipline. then maybe we could have something. But yes, the draft was very confusing for every Knicks fan in the world. I understand that. Yes, I am a realist. The draft was a little confusing. Yes, I understand. We've traded Kemba. That was something we needed to get off our books.
Now that I did agree with. Unfortunately, that was the best move they made in the draft.
And actually, and the Knicks have a history of drafting nice in the second round. Like, look at Mitchell Robinson. If my boy can stay healthy, he is one of the best big men in the league.
And there's your wild card.
We just said the same thing about Anthony Davis.
Same, yes. No, but Anthony Davis is different. Anthony Davis is a scorer. Mitchell Robinson is a younger DeAndre Jordan, where they can't shoot for lick, but they can grab boards and they can dunk the ball. And block shots.
We'll pray he still actually has a career at 30 because DeAndre Jordan ain't been nothing since.
Because DeAndre Jordan
I'm just comparing him to a younger DeAndre Jordan.
I know.
Yeah, he specifically said younger DeAndre Jordan, the playmaker. I wanted Jabari Smith Jr., but I won't push back too much with Banchero. I would. Do you really? I know I'm old. I'm an old head, and I'm old school. But do you really trust these freshmen coming into the NBA right now?
And see, this is how I am with Deets. I'm 100% with you. How's that saying go? If ifs and buts were candies and nuts. Yes.
Candies and nuts.
Yes.
Because I was on with Barbershop Jay last night briefly, and he came to me on the panel and he said. And he said, "Snowman, what are your thoughts on the NBA draft?" I echoed Cole's thoughts. That actually happened.
Because I mean, it's so sad how the NBA wants to market the draft so much. Down. How they want it to be, what it wanted to look like the NFL draft, and all right, I'm just gonna be on this mic and be blunt.
Go, man.
You all think these 18 and 19-year-olds are going to change the face of the league. You basically are drafting projects from the number 1 overall down. And you draft these guys in this draft, you probably won't know if you could get a good return on your investment until possibly 2025. And how exciting can it be when you don't have a player where you actually can feel the excitement of, wow, I can't wait to see this guy in the court come October when we see this draft in June. You don't say that about almost any of these players that come out the draft now.
Not one of them. Not one of them. Like
no.
Like, with the exception with Jaws class and Zion and you had some. There are some exceptions. Yes, there's some classes that had some great talent that you're like, okay, especially Anthony Edwards, all these other. There's some players but this draft had none of that. They had no player there that really wowed you.
There was no
Anthony. There was no Anthony Edwards. There was no Zion. There was no Zion. No John Morant. None of these players were, to me.
None.
Now I'm not saying they can't become that.
Right.
Because
they got
drafted for a reason. They had the talent, but yes,
but I'm just saying. Here's a draft in June. Come October, I'm like, man, I can't wait to see this guy on the court.
There's no one in that draft.
There's no one in that draft you say about.
There's very few players, and I'm talking 4 years, that gave you that. Zion gave you that. John Morant gave you that. Anthony Edwards gave you that. And chomping at the bit to see them on the floor. We're at the top of the second hour talking NBA draft and the effect thereof. And to my EP, let's do a quick reset and let's take him into hour 2.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
First and 10. Luck steps up, fires towards the end zone. One-handed catch! Mo Alley Cox!
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
Now, after feeling much better in trying to rinse my brain off of combining Deebo Samuel and Aaron Rodgers, welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, with Brian Snow, with Wise. That's with a Z, not an S. El Jefe. I am Cole Johnson. And we were talking about the NBA draft. And yes, my thought is.
And the lack of talent therein.
Yes. The lack of talent therein.
And the lack of talent therein.
And to boot. And
I just saw the alerts. I just saw the alerts. I didn't watch the thing.
Right.
You know, because my wife called me and she said, "Are you actually going to watch this?" I said, "No." Okay.
and to boot, they don't know how to present the draft. It's they want to do it the way the NFL does it. Basically,
well, first of all, they did it in Brooklyn.
The commissioner introduced the
Barclays Center.
With that too, but I mean, yeah, they don't know if they want to hold it in an auditorium or in a convention center or an arena. They don't know if they want to do it like the way the NFL does it, and the commissioner basically runs the show for the first round. They don't know if they want to do it Academy Award style and have somebody host the show and do a monologue before the festivities begins. They have no idea.
Every bit of that. Because, well, first of all, which were host draft?
I'm like, oh my gosh,
this is
clue.
a product of oversaturation by a network that thinks they have control.
And that's the problem. ESPN shows you the players they want to show you. Like a lot of these players, you don't even get to see. You don't hear nothing about them because you don't know where to see them at. Like ESPN is going to play their partnership, their partnerships with what ACC, Big 10, Big 12, or whoever they have a contract with. Those are the games that they're going to show. So a lot of these players that like I didn't know who the hell I did not know that kid from practice. I never didn't know he exists. I've never heard of him because ESPN never mentioned him, and that's the problem. Exposure. Someone put it out there. Deets. Yeah, it's lack of exposure.
Yeah,
You're going to see what these networks who control Fox, ESPN. You're going to see what they want to show you. They're going to show you whatever partnership deals they have, and that's the exposure you're going to give those players.
Let them play in college 3 years. I'm sick of I'm sick of having these discussions with people who love today's brand of basketball. And yes, there's one person who actually said to me yesterday when I was perusing social media, quote,
"Why'd you do that?
The 15th man in today's game is better than the 15th man in teams in the 80s and 90s. Close quote. Before either one of you comments on this. Before either one of you comments on this.
I'm getting too old for this.
Floor is both of yours.
Wise, go.
Oh man, I don't even know what to say. Like,
Wise,
you tell me.
Go.
First of all, there were less teams in the NBA.
One.
So roster spots were prime. You had to really battle for a roster spot. So let's get that straight. Okay. You had no G League.
2.
Nope.
So if you didn't make the NBA, you was back home packing bags or working at the local factory.
That's right.
So your drive
you were pulling a Warner and working in High V.
Yeah.
You wanted it, so you knew you went to camp. You was fighting for that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like they go on an 8-man rotation. Back
You got
then, you use your whole bench. You people would get burnt. Like you would go more than 8 deep. Now it's like just 8 deep, just strictly 8 deep. Like some teams used to run 10. You had players on the bench that could start on other teams sometimes. I don't get it. I guess maybe because we've seen the evolution of the game. We've seen at least where it started growing to where it is now, because it started where we started watching it in the 80s.
Right. Mm-hmm.
With Showtime and the Celtics. This is when it really started gaining recognition. So we've seen the evolution, but we've seen the hard work some of these players had to come to play. Like now you can go overseas and make a lot of money. You don't necessarily have to make a lot of money here. So to me it's overly saturated. But that's what happens. A lot of people play ball now. Everybody, kids, this is what they see. They love basketball. The game of basketball is one of the biggest sports in the world.
It's definitely global, but at the same time, Wise, you echoed a point that we've all have made. It's oversaturated. Now you got kids picking the G League over college. You let that sink in. You got kids picking the G League over college.
But let's also put it in perspective as well as whereas yes, these kids go to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them intend on leaving early anyway, so they don't get the degree, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. The basketball program and all these leagues are making these billions of dollars,
Yep.
right? And now it's only now that players are allowed to make some type of revenue with the NILs, whatever those are, whatever it's called. And so I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like if their whole intention was to go to college and they were planning on going to the league, it's their choice. If they want to go that route, if they feel the G League is for them and they're not ready. I don't think school is for everyone. Let's put it out there. School is not for everyone. So just if he feel that he wants to go to the G League, then that's on them. That's their life choices.
Right.
This is what life is about. We're here all to live, but somebody's gonna make money off these kids either way. Let's just put it. Let's get a beer. Somebody's gonna make money off this kid either way. Sometimes I can't get mad at somebody want to profit off of themselves than have someone else profit off of them. That's just me.
Yeah. I like I said, I'm old and I'm old school. I mean, it's just everyone has choices, and the G League has given the kid a lot of choices. And I'm willing to bet you the next one that makes a choice is going to have the last name James. And I'll leave it there.
Oh my gosh. It's just ridiculous.
I never finished my thought. I never finished my thought with that.
Please continue.
I think Deets has a good idea. I think they should go into the draft out of high school.
And then Murray.
Do it like baseball. Do it like baseball does it. Minor league, whatever it is. It's again. I don't think they should directly just go straight into NBA. No, because that's damaging the game. Because now these kids are still developing and not. LeBron was the exception. He was already a grown man's body when he started. But a lot of these players are not developed yet. They're still young men. And so
LeBron, Kevin Garnett, Moses Malone, Darryl
there's
Dawkins.
there's the few exceptions.
They
There are
were
the few
all
exceptions.
of them were 18-year-old grown men.
Yes. So they had the bodies.
Right.
I'm saying Kobe is an exception to the rule, but Kobe had the hard work, but Kobe had the drive. Kobe had the drive. And so Kobe worked to become great.
Right.
And so I don't think they should go directly to the NBA. I feel yes, if they go to college or find a league where they can help develop these players, then go that route. Because if you're going to the NBA, you're not ready at 18, 19 years old. I'm sorry. These are grown-ass men that will abuse you down in that. And there's some of these players, you see it, that they had so much promise coming out of high school, they join the league, and they're not ready for it. Because these are young kids, young men playing against grown-ass men that are just yeah.
But the 15th man of today's game is more
You don't have to finish. You don't have to finish. Cole, repeat that quote again. I'll take us to break with my thoughts. Repeat that quote again for me, will you please?
Quote: the 15th man in today's game is more skilled than the 15th man in the 1980s and 1990s. Close quote.
The 15th man in the 80s and 90s actually competed for, earned a spot, got some playing time and crucial time. More skilled? Math may be more skilled, but you ain't a harder worker than the guys that were on the floor that were the 15th man in the 80s and 90s. Hell, you could take the 15, and I know I'm gonna it's angry, but let's be real. You could take the 15th man off the New Jersey Nets back in the 80s and 90s, and they got more crucial playing time than some of these kids today. Skill is one thing, heart's another. Come on, man. Darnell, to Cole's point about the NBA draft, you can't enter the NFL draft until your junior year. So the NBA should they should have never got rid of it.
I've been saying that, playmaker. I've been saying that. I think the NBA should have dropped with the NFL.
Should have never stopped that damn rule in the first place.
I 100% agree with that, bro. I've been on this train.
Because by your junior year or after your junior year, not only are you ready physically, but you're ready mentally. And a lot of these players today in the NBA do not have what it takes between the ears to compete. You get
Bishop
1 year of exposure, unless you play at Kentucky or Duke. No one knows who you are. Yeah, right. But at the same time, you mix in. Okay, I will throw this name out there. Does the name Larry Johnson mean anything to you guys?
Yeah, that dude looked like a grown man when he played at UNLV.
But yeah, he I think he had a full beard in junior high school.
Yeah, I think he did have a full beard as far back as then. Yes.
Thanks, rested.
Grandma.
Now you were about to ask a question, Paul.
Yes, I was. Bishop Bullwinkle, do you really believe that the NBA players today are more skilled or better able to handle the league, have more ability to play because they have better nutrition and greater technology and more advances in training, that they're more skilled and they're better than the players in the 80s and the 90s in the NBA, sir?
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen.
People want to actually see 18 and 19-year-olds sit on the bench. That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. You want to see 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds still on the bench than to actually see them ply their trade and get better somewhere else before they actually are professionally ready. That logic seems to forget. No, that's not logic seems to skip many of these modern to the NBA fans today.
And whatever happened to the luster? Here's a keyword of winning national championships. Whatever happened to pluralizing national championships?
And I get it. Yes, and you want to make money and you want to do so as soon as you possibly can. And if you have the talent, fine, go to the NBA and do it. I understand all that. But you have to ply your trade and you have to. Okay. When you get to the NBA, you're not. When you get to the NBA, you're not being. You're not.
I don't blame the kids
taught like in a classroom.
You can't blame the kids
you're
on
being
this.
Refined when you get to the NBA because they expect that you have some requisites and the skills when you become an NBA player.
You know who can stop this? You know who stop this? Owners. Because don't draft them. If you want to prove it, don't draft these players. Go draft the 3-4 year college guys that come out of 3 or 4 years of college.
Unfortunately, you have one man now to thank for that, and I do not want to churn Brian's stomach any more than it probably will be once Wednesday rolls around, because those fools think that 18-year-old could be the next him. And I agree with you. The governors, call them owners, fools, can't stop that. I agree with you, Wise.
Yeah. 18 after the hour. Let's go to a break. See, now Cole put an idea in my head. I'm going to act on it after the break. Snowman in the morning with Wise and S.A. Cole Johnson and yours truly. You're watching live on BS3
This
TV.
is Snowman in the morning.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go, babe. I'm never gonna let you go. No, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Hacerlo.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Instagram thing. Anyway, welcome back to the show. You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
It is official
22
SFT Morn. That's how you can reach us. Thank you, Dr. K.
I'm sorry.
Dr. K.
I can't wait for my new toys to get here. All right, 22 after the hour. Why is that Cole Johnson and yours truly? And Cole and corporate things. Best.
Ooh.
And 2.
Ooh.
Open that blankety blank purple thing for me, please.
Oh Lord, not on a Monday. Okay, fine. Not on a Monday. Okay.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Requested this, and here's why I also request borrowing the list.
All right.
In a Facebook group called the not to cuss, called the Official Undisputed Fan Group. Let that sit for a minute.
Official undisputed fan group. Okay.
Yeah. That second word should tell you everything you need to know.
Official. Oh Lord. Yeah. Official bull. That's what it's about. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Raji James, and I'm calling people out
by name. Oh no. Oh,
as a list titled Greatest Players Ever. Now, before
Lord.
I read this list,
no.
Yeah, perfect timing. This is a number with a Bronzexual I didn't want to have, but I stumbled into it. Okay. I give 2 warnings. 1, 2, hold back. Here we go. At 10, Jerry West. At 9, Wimberlin. At 8, Kobe Bryant.
Number 8.
At 7, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird at 7.
At 6, Bill Russell.
Bill Russell, number 6.
This is where I start to cringe.
Okay.
At 5, Shaquille O'Neal.
5 is Shaquille O'Neal.
At 4, Duncan.
4 is Tim Duncan.
At 3, Irvin Magic Johnson.
At 3, Magic Johnson.
At 2, Captain Skyhook, a.k.a. Lou Alcindor, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay, number 2, Kareem.
Oh, I'm going to cuss. And at 1,
our king.
Hold
on, wait.
No.
I could have sworn. Hold on, wait.
Go ahead, Wise.
I could have sworn I was missing. I did not hear a name on that list.
You did not hear a name on the list.
I did not hear Michael Jeffries.
And that's why.
Jordan, right?
That is
why.
And
that's why I took off my glasses.
So
I don't have a problem with none of the names on this, but I have a problem.
Let me get this. Let me get this name right here.
And I'm not his fan.
Let me get this name right.
Okay.
Rajay James, you stupid, half-wit, fish-eyed fool of an idiot.
So you mean to tell me, Yo Kang?
How could you put Yo Kang instead of the King?
Yo Kang is the number 1 basketball player in the world.
Idiot.
And Michael Jordan ain't even in the top 10.
I know there are so many people, a couple on this panel, that are not a fan of it. They recognize greatness, and the original number 23 was all that and then some.
That's correct.
I could easily insert the 7 words Garland didn't want me to say, but considering the fact that BS3 TV has us.
Thank you, BS3 Network.
Was there a defense or reasoning for leaving? Let me answer your question, Christopher Dietz. No.
Let's Bishop Fulg answer that question.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Listen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to hijack.
How can someone be stupid enough? How can someone be idiotic enough?
Someone decided.
How can someone be
Michael Jordan off the top 10?
Oh, okay.
Okay, is a hell of a drug.
Okay, on Esther. Yes.
Yeah, fish-eyed fool. Yes, but
you fish-eyed fool. In keeping him off the list.
One other question.
Yes.
I didn't hear Steph Curry's name.
Not
the
surprised.
Second
This is a
foil.
This is a bronze
The
sexual.
second foil of a bronze sexual.
I'm just asking. Is he not a player who has changed that? Not saying he changed it for the best, but has he not changed the NBA?
He has changed the NBA, but to a bronze sexual,
Yeah.
does Steph Curry even rate?
Just plain no.
Wait a minute, though. But Jordan to this bronze sexual is not even in the top 10.
You for real?
No. I'm trying to find the original post.
I don't know.
Yeah, is you for real?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like,
I don't either. I don't.
Like, and I'm a Knicks fan, so you know where Michael Jordan is on my fan list.
Right.
Listen,
right.
Rich Eisen himself, a native New Yorker and host of the Rich Eisen Show, which is a guilty pleasure of mine, says the same thing. That he hates MJ, but recognizes greatness. He's a big time Knicks fan. Okay. I'm going to get very foul. I'm going to get very vulgar. But this bronzexual, when he typed this list, obviously couldn't see the error of his ways and the omission, because not only was the member in his face, the member was in his mouth, but his nuts were hanging from his head.
Yeah, and the happy juice was drooling from his mouth.
And the happy juice covered his face. The happy juice covered his face.
Michael Jordan, not in anybody's top 10.
Bitch, please.
Look. Ay, caramba. Yeah. Yeah. Give me Dolomite, please.
Oh, I'm going to give you Dolomite, but I had to give you this too, because this has to be a conspiracy theory. Why is it that bronzexuals seem to want to have it in for other players who are great? I don't understand it. Are the eyes that green and the jealousy that rich? I just don't understand it, because yes, all of my spirit is like Dolomite here, because I want to say,
Bitch, are you for real?
For a full hour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what to say sometimes. Like,
look, guys,
that's why I'm glad I don't go through those groups that you and Cole go through, because I don't want to.
You glad you don't go through them?
Yeah, I don't go through them.
Glad you don't.
I don't.
For some reason, they seem to find us.
I don't peruse social media for those kind of. I don't know. I don't know where I find them at, man.
They find us.
I know.
Listen,
that's the thing. We finding them.
Y'all attract
we
these
don't
things.
find
Like,
them.
Y'all attract. They're like
we don't.
They're like it's like flies. It's like flies to shit.
They find us.
I don't search for them.
For some reason, they
gravitate.
For some reason, they find.
Oh man!
I swear to God, they find us
like flies on crap. Yes. I don't understand it, man.
I found another. Guys.
Oh no!
I got another one in front of me.
No.
Same cotton picking group.
Oh, good Lord.
I think you should stay out that group.
Damian Montgomery. You don't want to be a part of this group. I'm calling these fools out by name. Open the quote for me, Cole, will you please?
Sure thing. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is just ridiculous. These fools. Okay.
I had a conversation with a bronzexual, and Damian Montgomery, the bronzexual in question, said Jordan retired in 2003 because he didn't want to face LeBron.
Oh. Close quote. I will take that one on Wednesday, because that's one I'm going to jump all on.
Okay.
I'm going to jump all on that, because I saw that too. I find it ridiculous.
Please join you on that.
Oh, y'all part of the same group?
Mm-hmm.
Don't send me an invite. Don't send me an invite to that group. Yeah, don't send me an invite to that group.
Don't send you the invite.
No, don't. Do not send me that invite.
I swear to God, they find us.
I don't want to be a part of that group.
I don't.
No, you don't want to be a part of this. You don't want to be a part, because if you were a part of this, you'd be as bald as me, out of pure unadulterated anger.
Oh Lord.
I don't need to say anymore. All right. Give me the gold closing, will you please? I'll say more tomorrow.
Sure thing.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty.
He changed lives.
Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
On the Black Lion Security Firm hotline,
please
we welcome from North Carolina, Mr. Jay Spivey. Good morning, Jay. Great to have you.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing much better now that we're talking to you. Man.
All right. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, Jay, you always are a breath of fresh air. Jay Spivey with us on the Black Lion Security Firm hotline. And I'm just going to get right into it because Jay made me laugh when I spoke of my thoughts on the NBA draft. And we're going to go right to Charlotte. Did they get anyone of significance? Because this draft was not loaded.
I don't understand what they were doing Thursday night.
Yeah,
I really don't.
That's the question I want to know. What was their focus?
I just don't get it. I mean, you make a pick.
Focus.
I mean, nothing against Mark Williams, but he's probably the second best player at Duke, at least the second most important player behind Banchero. And but you know, as much as it pains me to say, the type of player that Mark Williams is just pretty much doesn't exist anymore in the NBA. I mean, he's more of an inside player, and you just don't see that anymore. You know, I'm more of a traditionalist with basketball, and I love the way Mark Williams plays, but I don't know if he's going to be able to fit in the NBA.
But no back to the basket thing. No post play in the NBA anymore. I mean, like you said, Jay, no focus whatsoever. It's ill to me.
And then about 20 hours later, you know, what they call a media drop. 20 hours later, they go back and rehire Steve Clifford. Why'd they get rid of him if they're going to bring him back?
Well, exactly. They had the safe face.
Because there was a big ballyhoo after Steve Clifford was let go. Exactly.
Yeah, I thought that was.
And then James Borrego came in, and then James Borrego came. Should have never got rid of him, and now Steve Clifford's back. And there's a part of me that thinks Steve Clifford has got to be thinking, "What am I doing back here?"
But see, all right. Here's the thing, though. The Hornets were drooling at the mouth and frothing at the mouth. They were thinking they thought the grass was greener on the other side. They thought, okay, well, you know, we got some young talent here. We got LaMelo Ball. We got Miles Bridges. We got some young talent here. All we need to have is that bright young mind to mold them and to get them to the next level. And so when they eyed Kenny Atkinson, they said, we got our guy. But when Atkinson looked at how the Warriors are basically the team of now, not just the team of the past, and says, you know, I like it better in San Francisco than going to Charlotte, then they got desperate.
Well, Cole, as I told Snowman last week on the show last Monday, I don't think this team is any good. And I think that
I can't disagree with you.
I think he saw that
taking
that job was not going to be the thing in the world for him. So wait out Steve Kerr a couple of years, a year or two or three or four, however many years. There's going to be a lot better jobs out here than this Hornets job. And I just don't say, you know, you talk about LaMelo Ball all you want. What has he done? What has he accomplished? What have any of these guys accomplished? Going to the playoff.
Is he really that?
No. And as I told you last week, going to the play-in game is not going to the play.
A true point.
Right.
Exactly. I don't see a true point on this team, and that part of your foundation has got to get built.
Well,
and then like every year they draft 13, 14, 15, 16. You're not going to get a really good player there. You're just not.
No,
I don't.
no, it has
I
to be
don't
top
care.
end
All
of the
these
draft. Yeah.
idiots, all these so-called idiot experts last week, they're talking about this is such a deep draft. No, it wasn't. Outside of
No, it
maybe
wasn't.
8 or 10
No.
max, who's going to be a transcendent player? Nobody.
Well, here's also what spits to, because I'm the same as you, Jay. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to basketball too, but this is what spits in our faces with that. So they saw a guy like LaMelo Ball, and they say, "Well, okay, he's a combo guard," and they think, "Well, this is the rage of the league, so we'll go with the rage of the league." Well, I think when you have pieces that are not solidified, you need to have that traditional point guard that basically has the mentality of, I'll give my points later. I want to feed all of you now, because the more I feed you all, the better our team will be.
Well, the thing that gets me is, I'm sure you guys hear it too a little bit with the national media, but down here, it's all day, every day about how great this team is and how exciting they are to watch. Well, what has that really accomplished the last 2 or 3 years?
You mentioned the last 2 years,
two
playing round.
Going to the play-in game is not going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And as I told you guys, I've told everybody, I told all my friends, I told all these media members, and they laugh at me. You are not going to consistently win in Charlotte with the way the NBA is set up now. They're not going to get top-notch free agents. They're just not. And you're not going to get 2 or 3 core players like is the trend in the NBA now to come together and play in Charlotte. You're just not. And LaMelo Ball's not going to get people to come play there. He's not. And you trust LeVar Ball?
And he's going to leave after his rookie contract.
Of course he is, because of his dad, LeVar, is an idiot.
Well, we've known that
really
since he opened up.
No, I'm not even LaMelo at all. He seems to be a good kid. But
Yeah,
LeVar is a pest.
Yeah, he is. I love him for what he did with his boys, but yes, he is.
I mean,
he's a pest. He's a pest.
You don't see Del Curry doing that with Steph. No, you don't do that.
He didn't even do it with Seth.
No.
And Dell played in the NBA, was a very good player.
Yep. One of the best shooters of all time.
Yeah. Absolutely. But you don't see him ever doing that with Steph, ever.
But see, dead first. Even while he played 16 years in the NBA, Dell was Papa before anything else. That's why you see Seth and Steph the way that they are.
Well adjusted. Both of them, I may add.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, I'm not blaming this on LaMelo at all.
I'm not either.
Right. LaMelo got pulled. LaMelo got yanked into this situation. 44 after the hour. Jay Spivey joining us on the Black Line Security Hotline, talking all things Charlotte Hornets. I will say it again. LaMelo got yanked into this situation. And the only way he's going to get out is to leave Charlotte. And once he leaves Charlotte in a couple of years, where will they?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be shocked if he re-signed with him. Shocked.
I think we all would be. I think we all would be shocked. Because if you look at this Hornet situation, Jay, you've said it so many times over the 2+ years I've had you on the air, and it continues to hold true, especially given where they draft every single year. There is no direction with the Charlotte Hornets team, and that's fine.
Well, I'm of the mind to do like the Spurs kind of did in the last, 10, 15 years. Draft an international player. I know a lot of people don't like hearing this. But just look at the top of the draft this last week. I believe four of the top 8 or 4 of the top 10, whatever it was, were international players, and that includes Canada.
Yes.
But you're starting to see the better players not coming out of the United States. They're coming out of Europe and Canada and South America. Because they actually teach fundamentals in these countries. And they don't play games 10 times a day in the AAU.
Yes.
Could you say that keyword again, please?
He said the one
Did
word that I
say
said.
A word I said often.
Fundamentals?
Yes, Jay.
That
you said the
word,
one word
right?
that the modern NBA fan seems to not quite understand when we talk about yesteryear versus today's game. Fundamentals are lacking. They just are.
And a lot of people don't like hearing this. I don't care what people say. Outside of maybe
Go for
Durant,
it.
the best player in the NBA is Luka Doncic. I don't care what people say.
Ooh, he's so
He is on the
fundamental.
precipice of winning an NBA championship. The guy can play. He's fundamentally sound. He's a great athlete. He can do it all. But people don't want to talk about him.
Yeah.
Yep. No, they don't want to talk about him because he's so fundamentally sound. Because he is so fundamentally sound, they don't want to talk about him.
Well,
and that's sad.
Let's be real, guys. I mean, let's be real. Guys. I'm not. Anybody can play. I don't care. But the fact that he's white and is European, that's a big part of it.
Well, of course it is. That's why people had an objection to Nikola Jokic this year winning the
Yeah,
MVP
absolutely.
again.
Yes.
Oh, Nikola Jokic. I love
and that's the same thing. Same thing with Embiid.
Same thing with him. Yes.
And if you want to go a step further, Embiid's not American.
Fundamentals.
Right. And he is more fundamentally sound than many of the American players who are here. Yeah. Yeah.
How many? And you go to any high school game.
What I love most about Nikola Jokic.
Let me finish that. You go to any high school game, any AAU game. You're not going to see any fundamentals being played.
No.
Coaches don't teach it anymore.
You're gonna see up and down action. Oh yeah.
Jay dropped
hit me right in the heart with that. Say that again, Jay. Say that again.
Coaches don't teach fundamentals anymore.
Yeah. Jay dropped the mic on that one. Oh,
they really don't. That sickening thud y'all just heard was Jay Spivey dropping the mic on that sentence. They don't teach fundamentals anymore in basketball. Period. They don't. They don't. LeBron James, anyone?
Guys, I know you have no idea who this is, but one of the coaches who I kind of grew up with down here, his name is Howard West. And he's, I believe now, the third winningest coach in the history of North Carolina. And I've gotten to know him quite well over the years. He coached a number of schools in this area. And he always told me that the hardest thing for him with coaching was knocking out all the AAU out of his kids and learn and teach them how to play fundamentals the correct way.
Not knocking out.
And that has always stuck with me.
Amen to that.
Yes,
because all this AAU stuff gets to me, and not in a good way. I mean, you see kids playing with their friends, and they're playing ball 10 games a day, 8 games a day, and all you see them doing is running up and down the floor. You don't see any fundamentals being taught.
Well, you watch any game,
scariest
any
thing.
level.
You don't see any fundamentals being taught.
You watch any game at any level, it's nothing but 3-pointers and dunks. Well, everybody can shoot 3-pointers.
That's it.
You're not always going to be Steph Curry. You always shoot 25 or 30-foot jumpers all the time.
And hit them with accuracy.
Why is a 7-footer shooting 3-pointers?
Why isn't a 7-footer in the post where he needs to be, where he belongs?
Thank you.
Taking over that spot. Taking over that spot. Taking in a bully in the lane. You're not gonna come in here. You're not gonna get me out of the lane. You're not gonna get me out of the post. Period. None of that's gonna happen. The lack of fundamentals, to say the very, very least, is alarming. Alarming.
I mean, just
what's scary?
Look how bad the playoffs were this year. They were not good.
Scary?
The NBA playoffs were not good this year. Hardly any of the games were close.
Run down. Nope. Nope.
The only competitive series you really had. Yeah, the only competitive series you really had was the Bucks Celtics.
Yeah,
that's it.
It was not good. But your hardcore fans don't want to say that.
Was that not the only 7-game series? No, take that back. Dallas and Phoenix went all 7.
Yeah, it wasn't the only 7. Yeah,
but
Boston,
that was Milwaukee, for a whole different
reason.
Boston and Milwaukee went 7 fully competitive games.
Now that was a good series.
Fully competitive.
That was a really.
But for the rest of the 2 months of the NBA playoffs, it was not good.
There were nothing but blowouts. Just ask Chris Paul. Game 7 in Phoenix.
And these wild game-changing momentum switches where a team would win by 30 one night, and then 2 nights later they would lose by 30. How do you do that?
Just ask the Phoenix Suns,
exactly.
who are going to be such frauds next. They're frauds,
and it's such a shame.
Next year,
Chris, I live in Winston-Salem. Chris Paul grew up about probably 10 minutes from where I am right now.
Right.
And he's probably never going to win an NBA championship as good as he is.
That is messed up. That thought process is messed
right.
up. That thought process is messed up.
It's a true thought process, though. Sorry, Chris Paul, but that game 7 is going to the last 2 games that Paul's been involved in, or 2 of them, 18 and 22. They're going to stick with him for a while, a very long while. One where he didn't play, but was available to play, and the second one he just got blown. He and his team just got blown to smithereens.
I'll add
in the top of hour number 3.
I'll add 21 to that. They should have won last
year.
year.
All 4 of those games in 21.
Should have won those games last year.
Yeah, all 4 of those games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with all of that. 7 minutes before the hour, Jay Spivey joining us on the Black Lion Security Firm hotline, brought to you by Black Lion Security Firm, the protection of the pride with the pride of protection. We love having you, Jay. We love you. Thanks for coming on. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good weekend. Good week.
You too, man.
Jay Spivey, they don't teach fundamentals.
Having him on the show because he just spits that hot fire truth. He just spits that. I love it because he's right. That's my number one issue with basketball.
And people
in the lower levels, they not teach fundamentals like they used to.
No fundamentals. And when they get to the higher levels, they don't have any fundamentals to lean on.
Right.
They don't have any fundamentals to lean on. And I had someone say to me, if they're not teaching fundamentals, how do they get far in the NBA? Chucking up threes. And king down the lane. Because if you were teaching fundamentals, then LeBron wouldn't travel all the time. Going down the lane.
Ways. Either they have they now have a range, they have a handle, and they have an explosive first step. Now, seriously, how much skill does that take? Yes, I know it takes skill dribbling. I get that. And it takes skill shooting. I understand that too. But to me, that is still not a well-versed player because you're forgetting one side of the court and you haven't developed all of your offensive repertoire. Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen.
True.
Yeah. And you haven't developed. Let's just put it plainly. You haven't developed.
Right. Yeah.
Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll do a reset. And I got to send an email.
Oh boy.
And y'all are going to love this. Y'all are going to love this. All right. We're approaching the top of hour 3. This is Snowman in the morning. And you're watching it live on BS3 TV and YouTube, and you're checking it out audibly on TuneIn STM Sports Network, Real Rise Radio, and 24 hours a day at officialsitmorning.com.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go, babe. I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Malone will inbound. Fisher's in the game. Walton, O'Neal, and of course Bryant.
And everyone is paying attention to Kobe Bryant.
They start with Shaq. He gives it to Walton. Here comes Kobe. Less than 5 from way outside. Got it! Oh, man! With 2.1.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Are you kidding me?
Do you believe it?
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
And give those guys a little extra weight. Roger Craig, still on his feet, still running. What a run by Roger Craig. You'll never see a better one than that. 46 yards. He has that thing of getting those knees high and keeping the shoulders low. And he makes every team look like they're bad tacklers. Watch the way he gets that high knee action, keeps those feet going like two pistons. Then, at the same time that the knees are going high and keeping going, the shoulder can get low to take on a tackler.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
Snowman here flying solo, and you're going to see a little bit of a reconnection here. So stand by with us. And as I said, I have to send an email, and I can't believe I'm gonna do this. There I am. How are we doing? Hour 3 is here. So